Hello, everyone. My name is Juliana Vital, and the book that I picked is The Diary of a Young Girl, Anne Frank. And even though it's not the same copy, it is the same book, and this copy was translated by B.M. Murray Doubleday. And this book was created by Anne Frank's actual diary, her entries, and it was discovered by her father at the secret annex. So it's one of my all-time favorites because it's a very powerful book. I was intrigued. I couldn't put it down, just trying to read what she had to go through day by day, hiding in that attic. There was little joyful days that they had. Everything else was more of worriness, sadness, and it really shows that through in this book. The main characters are Anne Frank, her father, her mother, Margaret, her sister, Mr. and Mrs. Van Dam, which they shared the attic with. It takes place during World War II in Amsterdam, Netherlands, from 1942 to 1945. And Anne Frank received this diary for her birthday on June 12, 1942. So she was a typical 13-year-old that only worried about school, what clothes she had to wear, until her family was persecuted, just like all the other Jews, and had to go into hiding. Here's where we see the struggles, what they had to go through, and it just shows a little bit of times that they had joy. And one of my favorite passages from the book is the actual poem that her dad writes for her on her birthday. And it says, "Though youngest here, you're no longer small, but life is very hard, since one and all aspire to be your teacher, thus and thus. We have experience. Take a tip from us. We know because we did it long ago. Elders are always better. You must know. At least that's been the rule since life began. Our personal faults are much too small to scan. This makes it easier to criticize the faults of others, which seems double size. Please bear with us, your parents, for we try to judge you fairly and with sympathy. Correction sometimes takes against your will, though it's like swallowing a bitter pill, which must be done if we're to keep the peace. While time goes by to all this suffering cease, you read and study nearly all day. You might have lived in such a different way. You're never bored and bring us all fresh air. Your only moan is this, what can I wear? I have no knickers, all my clothes are small. My vest might be a lined cloth, that is all. To put on shoes would mean to cut off toes. Oh dear, I'm worried by so many woes." And this is the actual poem here. And this book really has no illustrations. But another fact that I liked was that she writes why she actually started writing the diary. It is an odd idea for someone like me to keep a diary, not only because I have never done so before, but because it seems to me that neither I, nor for that matter anyone else, will be interested in this upsalmings of 13-year-old schoolgirl. Still, what does that matter? I want to write, but more than that, I want to bring out all kinds of things that lie buried deep in my heart. So that is what is so amazing, that she captures everything in her diary. And that is why I really enjoy this book, and I would recommend it to anybody that loves stories, true stories, and it's a fascinating book. I would really recommend everybody to read it. Thank you.